Guess who? Leafy is here? No, it's Lyle Convoy. Jeez, did you even look at the links you click? Anyways, today I'm gonna rant. Why? Because I can. That's why. Today I'm gonna rant about conventions, specifically anime conventions, and even more specifically, A-Kon. Because this is a rant, there won't be as much in the way of images and video, so feel free to go to another tab, put your phone in your pocket, or text your dog. I don't know how the dog's going to text back, but, you do you. Anywho, a lot of people go to these conventions, myself included, of course, but they all seem to have the same issues constantly. I'll get into those later. Myself, I go to conventions to run Gundam model contest panels, or, as they call them, Gunpla contests. Because Gundams are awesome, and I am told that Gunpla is freedom. I mean, that's just what I heard, man, okay? I can't take responsibility for all of it. Now, usually I'm in a decent mood when I get to these things. I really am. But that quickly comes to a screeching halt when I walk in and see someone dressed like this abomination or this affront to God. It's at this time where I have to collect myself, as I keep expecting the unhindered wrath of God to pour out on humanity whenever I see something like this, because we certainly deserve it. Now, on to those general issues. First up is the lines. This varies from con to con, but registration lines are almost always massive. I get that a lot of people attend these things, but give me a break! Whenever the line shortens, I always find out they have maybe 2 out of 6 registers open. You have volunteers running around, acting like absolute morons. Use that manpower properly. This is Walmart-level stupidity. Another thing is cosplay. Look, let me get this out of the way. Wear what you want. You do you. Just be aware that that in no way shields you from criticism. Now, I'm talking about, you're too fat. No, not that type of criticism. This type of criticism. I don't need to see 200 Sith Lord Elsas. That doesn't make sense to begin with. Or 5,000 Gokus with bad wigs. It's bad enough you have horrible taste like Dragon Ball Z. You could at least put more effort into the wig. There are a lot of people who can help you, man. Stuff's online. Look it up. Next up is Hygiene. Listen, nerds. I know hygiene is hard to understand because most weebs don't go out on dates or in general. But please, please, wash yourself and your clothing, cosplay included. No amount of Axe body spray will cover the smell of decomposed Cheetos on your Kirito cosplay. Alright? Alright, I'm glad we had this talk. Also, while I'm at it, don't act like an idiot. You want to go act in character for a panel or skit? Man, go for it. Do it up. I do it myself. But acting like a fool to get attention is a good way to wind up publicly humiliated or in the wacko shack. Last thing I want to cover is that volunteers are idiotic jerks. Hey, convention people, screen your staff better. They're all volunteers is a weak excuse for allowing the poor behavior of these degenerates. They're still representative of you and your con. And frankly, you all need to do a better job of training and policing these people before they're dumb enough to power trip on the wrong person. Wherein they get their heads caved in right in the middle of a convention, and you have to explain to the media why you put a moron like that out there to begin with. And now what you've been waiting for. This is where we get to A-Kon. Of all the things I've mentioned, A-Kon is the worst. Firstly, if I'm buying a badge in person, you don't need my real name. You're not the FBI. You're not Homeland Security. You're not going to run background checks. You don't even do it for your volunteers. So why are you going to even think about getting the real name of people who just want to show up? You're a bunch of nerds running a place where nerds go to be nerds. And I'm one myself. I know how this goes. So yeah, I'm not going to use my real name. And the goon you had behind the counter can chill with her attitude. Next time, I'll make a spectacle out of her. Also, if I'm going to pay $70+ for a badge, then you idiots need to laminate them or make them plastic. You obviously could for the panelists, so I know you're capable of it. You're the only major convention that has this problem, you slack-jawed goons. Now, since I ranted about volunteers, A-Kon, yours are worthless. They're pushy, loud, obnoxious, and idiotic. And frankly, someone needs to deck most of them in the face with a sledgehammer. And you allow this, as you do every year. How do I know this? Because it's a problem every year, you wankers. I was walking to the dealer's room with my girl, and one of your volunteers yelled at her to move, then rammed a cart into the back of her legs. That happens again, and you and I are going to have a serious discussion either in a personal lawsuit meeting or at a police station. And that's if I don't just lose it. This is a constant problem at your conventions, you morons, and you have never fixed it. You are also utterly incapable of having polite volunteers. I don't need a 5'0", 120-pound man yelling at people to move to the wall. We get it. He wants to feel powerful. But put people in the proper role here. You seem to have forgotten that we're not your servants. We don't deserve nor want to tolerate the sass and belligerent stupidity of your volunteers that you don't train properly or screen properly. We're customers of this joke of a convention. And yes, it's a joke, at least in terms of the staff. You wonder why people complain every year, then spend time until the next convention drooling over yourselves as if you couldn't fix the problems. And now, since I've raised about power trips, let's talk about the Nomi one himself, J. Holder Bennett. This clown took it upon himself to mass ban anyone in the A-Kon forums a couple years ago that he didn't like to see. Over what, you may ask? Mayonnaise. A joke about mayonnaise. This is who owned the convention, so it made sense why it had horrible staff. But this year, it was stated that they were under new management, who, somehow, did the exact same crappy job. Congratulations on changing nothing, you sorry knaves. Also, I'm still banned from your forum, so I hope you have mayo in your food until the day you die. So yeah, fix it, you daft idiots. And that's my opinion, because you need to hear it.